Somebody got said. Shit. You niggas run the IG for inspiration. Cause you're
For our little team, if you could pay me, that mean you own me. That mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I owe you. I got to do this.
Right.
I'd rather play your record because I genuinely like it. When I came across Kamaiyah, I just genuinely liked it.
Right.
Dej Loaf, like, it's no better feeling of you, like, you can wear a pair of shoes that you get sponsored to wear. It's cool.
Right.
But it ain't no feeling like that one where you stood in line, you
wanna
bought
get
it
the motherfuckers.
yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so that's how I treat the records
Yeah,
back then when I was doing it.
Right, we don't leave enough. It's not enough room for that. The people to just be like, because nowadays if you don't like something or you don't want you a hater now. You know what I mean?
That's immediately where it go to.
Right. Don't nobody leave room for like, damn, like even when they send us stuff to post on the pages and shit like that, be like, man, what? Like, so a lot of this shit we just don't.
I had to explain that to a nigga one day. He said,
man,
you don't fuck with this, you don't fuck with that. I said, bro, I don't like it.
I just don't like it.
I'm telling you to try. I hate to even have to say it like this,
right?
But I don't like it.
Yeah, we gotta find a way to balance that. I don't
definitely.
like much hate.
Definitely.
Right.
I when I wrote that thing about you though, Dame, I said a lot in there, but I don't think people read, right? So they just go off whatever was on the cover. Oh, this nigga ain't no king, whatever, right? And they probably got in a frenzy. But
I appreciate the title though. I'll stand on it.
Yeah, because but I also wrote in the caption. I also wrote in the caption culture, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm never gonna say there's a king in rap. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't rap. Yeah.
And you're not a rapper. That's what I'm saying. And I'm never going to say there's a king and pretty much a lot of shit because I know what that leads. And I also don't believe it.
Right.
But when I say the king of culture, first of all, I want the fans and the people to understand a lot of you niggas don't even have that kind of dedication to something. Like, I know this nigga love it. I love it, right? When there's no paycheck attached to it, this is what we doing. That's what people don't see.
Right.
When there's no paycheck attached, you rap.
Right.
Right? Like, you don't have to fucking do that.
Right.
You love to do that. And it shows when you do your shit, right? So I want people to always take a deeper dive and try to figure out what I'm saying when I'm saying this shit. And I'm saying culture because there's a queen of the culture, which I believe is Shellheart. I believe Shellheart does a lot, you know what I mean, on her end. And for a female, she keeping us lit. You know what I'm saying? She make us look good. Her parties is lit. In comparison, this is what I do. I look at the Bay in its totality, but I always look at Oakland, which is the soul of the Bay, right? And I look at Brooklyn, and I look at Atlanta, and I look, and I always say, well, if they got this, what's our version of this? Right. So if I say Dade County got Khaled, what's our version of this?
Right. I think that's where the issue. So if you read and some of the stuff you put me on when I read your article too. You know, I knew quite a few about things about Dame, but when I read the article, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know. So that's why I think it was a good article. But I think when you put the word king right there, I think what happens is it actually just made life harder for Dame, in my opinion, because now
he love it though.
Now you have this expectation of people. So now from people, and now when you say I'm the king, okay, now they're gonna look at everybody under you and see how well they doing, and if they're not doing amazing, you're doing a bad job as the king. And I feel like we dibble and dabble too much in these titles, in these comparisons. And DB was calling himself the king of what? Oakland.
Yeah.
Which was like, I appreciate what DB did. You know what I'm saying? I like DB. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what he done to the game. You know what I'm saying? I think he's one of the most talented artists out here. But I just don't understand our infatuation with those titles, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so much. If you do look up the word king, it comes with so much responsibility.
Think about it like this, right? Think about it as not necessarily a title, but a definition, like Beat King.
Right.
His name is Beat King, right? So that's why I said king of the culture, because it's like you putting on it with. See, I think there's different sides of Dame also, right? There's A&R Dame, right?
Right.
There's A&R Dame, but then I think A&R Dame is different than CMG A&R Dame.
Right.
I think he's locked in on what they doing. And then there's Dame that's in the industry. You can stop me anytime I'm
Nah,
wrong.
go ahead. Get your
right?
shit off.
There's Dame in the industry that's an A&R. Then there's this dude that cares about where he's from and the culture, right? And then there's the CEO of Play Too Much. I think people taking out the culture part and trying to add up all this other shit. I'm saying the culture, right? So nigga like, this is exactly what you saying. That's gonna be their first thought. Well, Paris ain't platinum. How he the king of the culture? You get what I'm saying? So that's this nigga's automatic thoughts, which I knew what I was doing when I made the cover, because covers are provoking, but I also know niggas don't read.
But you know, like I unintentionally signed up for the expectations to answer your question. So even back when I became an intern at KMEL, you know what I'm saying? Like the first thing nigga said was, "Get me on the radio." Right. As an intern, I'm just a nigga going to get the artist from downstairs and typing up some questions for Chewy. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you gradually do it with the. I think my first record I did was "I Can't Stand You" for ROD. Right. And then it was like, you know, him just showing love, like shout out to Dame. Right. Now everybody like, oh, Dame can get our records played, right? So you got, you know, NHT boys. We a few people we was able to like get in there because the DJs liked it. And then when they come from the A&R side, you get P-Lo, beat to do act right. So then every producer feel like Dame could get my beats. And then when it's like you get an artist they feature. Right. And it's like, well, Dame could get the feature. Like if he don't do it, so, or when we do these shows and somebody don't perform. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the expectation that was given. Right. You know, so I'm built for it. Like really, like it don't bother me. Like so, even when Rap said the key thing, clearly, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate Rap thought-provoking cover, you know what I'm saying? But like,
he had the crown and everything.
Yeah.
Basquiat.
Yeah. But you know, like I do represent the crib on a large scale, you know what I'm saying? From CMG moving across the world with Gotti and Glow and all that stuff, like that's the running joke. Like, nigga, this nigga love Oak, no matter where I'm at. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or but I mean, Rap, no, it's kings all across this board, man. You know,
what was the story behind the concert title? Was it the Bay Area Reunion? Was it Bay Area Reunion?
So it was the DaBoyDame and Friends, and I was
DaBoyDame and Friends.
The section was called Bay Area Reunion. Okay. We probably just fumbled the titles around, but I was trying to insinuate that there was going to be a bunch of Bay Area participants on the show without saying who coming. So I just said Juvie, Manny, Young Dro, Lil Mo featuring Bay Area Reunion. That's what it should have been.
Got you. Because I was reading comments everywhere, and people was confused about that. They were saying Bay Area Reunion, and it wasn't. It was a list of, but the names, the bigger names on the flyer was like Juvie and those people. So that's
kind of like in the Bay Area All Stars. If they would have said some shit like that.
Because I thought it was we all reuniting in the Bay or something.
But it was just one of them ideas where like one thing about the Bay is we actually like a spoiled area, right? And sometimes it's like the gift and the curse of like, I probably could have put all them people on the flyer, right? And people would have been like, "Why you putting them people on there?" Right? And people would have been like, "I ain't going to that Bay Area shit." Right? That shit too. That's gonna be too.
That's what I was about to say.
That's gonna be too turned up. That's gonna be too much shit, right?
That's a fact.
And then it would have opened up doors for entitlement, right? For other people to feel like. You would have been
funking before the show started.
You know what I'm saying? So the idea was the show was the Bay Area Reunion at the end of the day because Juvenile holds a special place for us in the Bay. Manny does, Young Dro, like Lil Mo. These been they like markets that they thrived in. Right. And I was like, all right, we should just sell a show with them. And if you come, you blessed with the surprises of nobody expected me to bring DB the General out to introduce me.
Yeah, that was crazy. Did you pick the songs for everybody?
Yeah, I did everybody's songs.
I'm gonna say 2 fumbles.
Rap. First of all, Rap, as much as Rap give people their flowers, he is the first nigga in your text message to say
he gonna tell you the truth though.
It's 2 fumbles. Because conceptually, I know this is about the cars. This is about the music in the cars. This is what we listen to outside, and I know how you coming with that, right? So we lied.
Okay, so Dro, I had that on my list.
Okay.
Dro had a red eye that night. He was flying in and out. So he landed at 6. The show was supposed to start at 8. His flight got delayed. He didn't come to like 8:30. And then he had a midnight flight.
Okay.
So that's why he even went on first out of all the artists.
Okay.
Because he had to, trust me, I would have got We Lied off.
Yeah. We lied, and then we talked to Juvie about the 3-6.
Oh, yeah.
The 3-6 verse.
So
I think they would have lost their mind to that.
I was trying to figure out how to do it. I couldn't get a right edit of it. Because technically, Jew rapped like 4th on Player Why You Hating.
He do.
And he rapped like right into a nigga, like I think it go Turk him.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find a way, like, how the fuck can I get?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because even when we did Manny Say It Ain't So, we just did the hook.
Right. I peeped that. Show did. Yeah. I was in there like, damn.
Now, I'll be trying to get to it. It's just,
but I know, so I'm like, this nigga know what the song is.
Sonically, I still wanted the show to like flow instead of like, niggas just, all right, you waiting for 4 verses for that one legendary verse, you kind of like, I don't know.
Can you fill up an arena with just Bay Area acts? Can you do the same show with just all Bay Area?
You got to
acts?
bring the biggest ones.
You would have to
Hammer, Short, and 40.
And I think it's so many generations of that.
Right.
I think the generation we was able to hit was that 33 to 50-year-olds.
Right.
So when you say Hammer Short, I mean when you say Barry, you including everybody, the Kaylanis, the Hers, the G-Eazys.
even if you had G-Eazy, you had Larry, you had who else?
I think that should have do a ring.
I think you can.
Even if you bought Sweetie out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think you could fill up? You think you could sell a hard ticket enough for that show to go on at the Coliseum?
I'll be interested to see.
I think so, because we still got the Sues, and like he was saying, it's generations. So when you do the Sue and Sage, the Gemini, and like
the
you know what I mean?
HBK era,
that shit, I think it'll fill up.
And can you take that show on the road?
Not in arenas.
I think you could.
I think if it depends on the people you choosing.
Okay.
I think if you took Kaylani and her together, they can do arena runs because they do it by themselves already.
Right.
I think G and Larry, it's a combination of. But all those people fan bases are so different.
They hella different. When it's crazy you say that, because when Larry did the Summer Jam, all his fans had the merch on, came to the front of the stage and left when he was done. They didn't stay. They didn't want to see no more of that shit.
Because I always feel like when you from the Bay, we always think this is the thing about it being local or being regional, and we sometimes be like, it's always better somewhere else. It's always more exciting and more appealing. Or the sound. Sometimes you do a song and people's like, oh, that sound too local. That sound too rich. But in R&B, maybe. In hip-hop, when Cash Money and them do drop, all that sound was native to them. Even Boosie and Webby and them, that sound was native. I thought that's what hip-hop was about. Areas creating sounds that are native to where they're from. Why does a Bay Area sound, when people sound native to where they're from in the music and you hear it, why is it always looked at?
I want to say one
that's
thing.
Some regional shit. That's some local shit. You got to make it global.
Our lifestyle is so dominant. Same with LA, right? I think it puts you in the mind frame of dude. Like I remember being in Atlanta when Nipsey dropped, and they was like, "Man, I feel like I need to be in LA to listen to this album."
Right.
And I didn't understand why, but I'm like, some regions, when you say LA to them, they still believe in Chuck Taylors and khakis.
Right.
When you say the Bay Area, fortunately and unfortunately, they think hyphy or something. So I think people can do it. You just gotta, puzzle it up the right way. I think if you did like Kaylani, her, and Larry June, I think they could do arenas together. That'd be a dope tour. You get a little rap, R&B, soul. You know what I'm saying? Even if you took 40 Short, I mean, they did it with Snoop and Cube, but if I think, but everybody just got different cloths of the shit.
But I feel like outside of rappers, I feel like Kaylani and them and her, like you said, I think are R&B acts like that.
We got some huge. Look at Keisha still.
Yeah, Keisha, but our R&B acts, are they taught to separate themselves from their region or what? Because they don't really. It doesn't feel like.
Her eat at Chef Smelly. It ain't no.
I
more
think her does
local.
a good job at it. You know what I mean?
So maybe rappers just overdo it.
Her shot her video on 85th, so I know.
Well, I think with rap, it comes with you got to show what you talking about.
Right.
With R&B, I'm singing about love. It don't matter if I'm on the corner in the East or West or Atlanta.
True.
Right.
I'm just getting you this vision of love.
So the world knows, at the end of the day, like we know Mary J. Blige from New York. The world know her from the Bay Area. Like when they automatically just know she's from the Bay.
Yeah, I think her, Kaylani, and Keisha definitely represent.
Yeah, they represent hard.
Keisha do for sure. She used to more than she do now.
Yeah,
it
changed
well,
a lot.
I know on her new tour, she like showing a lot of like,
Right.
I'm from Oakland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
You know something that come up a lot, Dame, too, is like, so, and I also told this, but we talked about it on the podcast twice, and I wrote about it in the article, like, because I say people don't want the other side of it to come with this shit, the rejection and shit. Right. Like, and you've been in them positions. You've been in positions where you had to borrow mom's car to get somewhere or go do something. Like, you know, real music industry shit.
right.
Like, so I think they expect, like, because you delivered something like Act Right from P-Lo to Gotti. Is that Gotti's biggest record?
No, probably down in DM.
Okay. But it's one of them.
Yeah, I'd say probably top 5.
Top 5 biggest records. That's huge for
But
you.
I feel like 3 of them, just to shout at Gotti, I feel like 3 of them is Bay Area influence because
Yeah.
I think Rake It Up is the Too Short sample.
Right.
Law is featuring 40. And then Act Right is P-Lo. So
People don't talk about Memphis Oakland connection like they do Detroit, man. It's something there too. But even when, well, let me just ask you, how difficult is it? Because even you got this Khaled-esque career, right? How hard is it for you to deliver those same records for you? Because especially in the Bay Area, they happen to love the records that you got your hands all over that's big, right?
Yeah.
Maybach.
Yeah.
Right, with 42 Doug and Future. Like, how hard is it to deliver a record like that? Because you're not the rapper.
Right.
So you can't go in there and rap. All you could do is bring the music.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could, but you know what I'm saying? But you putting together these pieces, but like, how hard is it to deliver? Because I don't want to narrow it down to an artist, right? You've had your own artists, where it's Paris and Murdoch, right? I don't want to narrow it down to an artist. I'm just saying overall, for people that did decide to work with you, like, how hard is it to deliver one of those records to a Bay Area artist, or one for yourself, your album?
I don't think it's hard. I think you just got to be willing to try, right? Because even getting with Gotti at the time, Act Right ain't technically his type of beat.
Right.
You know, he was all on the trap, I got that sack, the touchdowns, all that stuff, and drug money and all that. So it took him to take a risk of like, I'm an artist, I could just try anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to get on the West Coast beat, that as they was calling it back then, that's trying. I mean, with CMG, we got this space where everybody like willing to try. And I think in the Bay Area, like, that happens as well, too. It's just, I mean, you know, like, I'm trying to think of some artists. Like, I just did something with Lil Blood where we did a hook or something like it's like the whole West Oakland.
Right.
You know, there's been some attempts to do stuff with other people that rap, though.
Yeah.
So we try.
Right.
It's just,
Right.
you know, but even like with somebody like Paris, clearly she's a rapper.
Right.
She's not from the generation of Oakland that was rapping. You know what I'm saying? So everybody tries to say, oh, she got this East Coast feel to her. So, you know, at some point we got to explain to her, like, we had to give her a history on Bay Area production from the 90s when niggas was rapping. You know, our samples is the same samples that New York was using.
Right.
So, you know, you might love Jay-Z Ain't No Nigga, but that's also Drew Down, I believe,
Drew
as
Down,
well.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you could rap, you could rap. And she started to see that over her freestyles when she was rapping over the Keep It on the Reels and the Hurricanes and City to City. Like, she started getting a lot of love for her. So ultimately, it's just trying, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. What have I like Paris actually. I like her music too. I like only her music. I'm talking about. I like Paris. I like her music. Right.
That is good.
So what stops her from? Because I noticed you get her a lot of looks, right? Dope looks. You get her like she just recently had some photos with different people, Lil Mo, different artists. I've seen a bunch of stuff. She had a performance at Yoshi's recently that I heard went really well. I wasn't there, but I heard it went good. Why not get her some looks with some of the younger artists over there at CMG around her age group? Like, what about like the 42 Dougs and them people like that? Well, how is in features and all that type of stuff? How's that working?
P really came up under like, if Play Too Much was a farm system.
Right.
I mean, Gotti support all our crews, right? Doug got his crew, Glow got her crew, Bag got his crew. Right. I got my crew. They actually got to see Paris from being 17 years old to the woman she became today.
Right.
And we all come from the idea of we find appreciation in just letting us be in the circle. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Super Bowl, she ran around with Glow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She got videos and pictures with Glow. Bag, you know what I'm saying? She got a song with Bag on my project that's coming out where we flip the Bay Area Classic. They show her love. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's just at the times, the moments don't be the time to put it out. But like I say,
Glow, more go into it.
Yeah, the Gottis, the Glows, Zillionaire Doe. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes just because we know each other don't mean musically it makes sense either as well. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to try to find that equal medium to be on, right? Because like she get love from everybody, from the Sweeties to the Kailanis to all that. Sometimes you're just trying to find the right thing to put together.
How old is she now?
I'm not sure. I think P might be like 24.
24. And what is that in hip hop years, y'all think?
I think I age hip hop different. I age hip hop a little bit by age, but how long you been rapping?
Right.
Because I believe in that. I believe like if you've been rapping since you was Bow Wow, like Bow Wow really 50.
Right.
In rap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like Paris is new. Like, in rap right now, because her records, like if her record had went crazy at 17, we might be like, oh, we all kind of I'm not saying this to say that, but I'm saying, you know how like if somebody says Dej Loaf right now versus Glorilla, they might not get as excited. But Dej Loaf is the shit. She's that. You know what I mean?
Because
the clock started fast.
Yeah, the clock started
once you get a record.
Right,
because Jay-Z was 26.
So Paris' clock ain't started yet.
I don't believe so.
I mean, once she get a record and start touring, and the clock has started.